Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to divide fractions. And so dividing fractions can be fairly simple. There's just a few steps that you need to keep in mind and keep straight, and as long as you're able to do that, it becomes relatively easy. So when you're dividing fractions, you need to keep in mind the phrase keep, change, flip. It's as simple as that. Keep, change, flip. So now, what does that mean? What is keep, change, flip? So this is a handy phrase to help you keep in mind the steps that need to happen when you're dividing fractions. And so when you're dividing, we want to keep the first fraction as it is. So in my example here, 1/3 divided by 1/2, I'm not doing anything to the 1/3. The second thing that we take care of is our sign. So I want to change our sign, and so my division sign becomes a multiplication sign. And so the division changes to multiplication. Basically, it becomes the exact opposite. And then the last part, flip. So I want to flip the 1/2 to its reciprocal. And so instead of 1/2, it's now going to become 2/1. And so my new problem should look like this: 1/3 times 2/1. Now, in a different video, we talked about how to go about multiplying fractions. Remember, when we're multiplying fractions, we just multiply straight across. So we multiply the top number times the top number and the bottom number times the bottom number. So with my 1/3 divided by 1/2, again, keep, change, flip, it becomes 1/3 times 2/1. And so now I just multiply the 2 times the 1, and that gives me 2. And then I multiply the 3 times the 1 on the bottom, and that gives me 3. So my final answer in this particular example becomes 2/3. Now let's just do one more problem just to make sure that we have it down. Let's take, for example, let's say if I have 2/5 and I'm going to divide it by 1/3 again. So I have 2/5 divided by 1/3. So again, I'm going to do keep, change, flip. I keep my 2/5 as it is, change my division sign to a multiplication sign, and then I'm going to flip my 1/3 to its reciprocal and make that 3/1. So now that it's a multiplication problem, I just multiply straight across. 2 times 3 gives me 6, and 5 times 1 gives me 5. Now, depending on your level of math, we may want to change this into a mixed number, in which case it would be 1 and 1/5, or it may be fine to just leave it as an improper fraction. Oftentimes, I like just leaving the numbers as an improper fraction, but as always, ask your teacher in what format they want the answers. And typically, your assignments will specify that kind of thing. So that's it for dividing fractions. We'll go over more about how to do different operations with fractions and different problems and so on. And so if you're looking for additional math help as well as other resources for students at all levels, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as check out the website and blog at www.striveacademics.com.